How many days go by before you realize you feel kind of dead inside? Today, we're going to be talking about how that numb feeling can be used to reconnect with your why so you can show up with more energy and enthusiasm, both at work and at home. Let's consider that.
You've got a why. Let me help you bring it to work. Consider your life. Be on purpose. Consider Jennifer.
So a few days ago, I woke up and I kind of just felt blah. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just sort of numb. And I realized it wasn't the to-do list that was dragging me down. I mean, I'm busy, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was the fact that I had forgotten why I was doing the to-do list, right? Autopilot on steroids here. You know, when you know what you're doing, but you have forgotten why doing it matters. And there's a lot of talk about morning routines, hydrating, journal, meditate, workout. But honestly, the only step that's ever really changed anything for me is checking in with myself. Most of us go through seasons where we slip into autopilot. It's human. We wake up, we check our phones, we go through the motions, and then suddenly it's 10 o'clock at night and we're wondering where the hell the day went. And that happened to me last week. I had coffee in hand, my workout was done, my emails were sent, and I wasn't present. I just wasn't there. I had just been checking boxes off. And I finally learned that feeling isn't laziness and it's not a lack of motivation. It just means that I've disconnected. I've forgotten my why. And I've also learned that if I don't pay attention to that numbness, that disconnection when I first notice it, it slowly becomes anxiety and then overwhelm and then burnout. But I have gotten a lot better at recognizing it when it shows up. And I also respond much faster. So how do I respond? Well, here are the few things that help me out when I start realizing that I have slipped into that autopilot. Music. Something that cracks me open emotionally. It doesn't matter if it's joy or happiness or sadness, anything at all to get me feeling something again. Gratitude helps. And not just that quick 3 list of things that I'm supposed to feel appreciation about. I'm talking about making a list of everything I can think of until I actually feel something happy and shifting in my body. Connection. This is a big one. I reach out to someone, a text, a check-in, just a little reminder to remember that I am not alone on this journey. There are people. Nature and movement, bare feet in the grass, a walk, a stretch, anything that gets me out of my head and back into my body is really, really helpful. And then I have a question. I just ask myself, why did I wake up today? Why am I writing the email? Why am I making dinner tonight? And you'd be surprised by some of those answers because they aren't always perfect, right? But they are very real. I mean, sometimes it's because I want to make progress on a project simply because I want to prove to myself that I can do it. Sometimes it's because I want to show my kids what it means to keep showing up even when I'm tired and I don't want to anymore. Sometimes it's as simple as just wanting to pay off that damn credit card because I absolutely will not live under financial stress, right? I want to enjoy my life and no one is going to say that I can't. So I find any reason to make that happen. And that's it. That's the whole thing. When I do this, it's not that I become magically productive, but I do become more present. And from that presence comes power. It's what allows me to reconnect with a little bit more enthusiasm. And this is not something that improves just your personal life. It strengthens your professional one too. Remember, you don't have separate lives. You have one life. This is about integrating them all. And when you show up disconnected in one area, it will bleed into all of the others. It doesn't matter how well you think you are separating or compartmentalizing things. When we're disconnected from ourselves, we're disconnected from others. We lose our presence. We lose the ability to empathize. It becomes harder to have clarity. And all of those things in a work context, are you kidding? That shows up as poor decisions, a lack of critical thinking, an inability to get things done. It's miscommunication. It's emotional reactivity. Teams that don't feel safe or seen. That's why intention matters. This is why that one moment of honesty with yourself before your day starts can make such a difference. You absolutely do not need to try to find the optimal, perfect morning routine. You don't need to optimize your morning. You just need to check in with yourself on purpose with purpose. 30 seconds. So tomorrow, before the emails, before the meetings, before the caffeine, before the chaos hits, stop and ask yourself, why did I get up today? And then carry that answer into your work, into your team, into your life. That's what it means to be intentional. That's where impact starts, and that's how you reconnect. So if this message hits home, if you're a leader or your organization is ready to build more intentional, connected, and human-centered workspaces, please reach out. Let's talk about how we can work together to bring that why back into your workplace. Until next time, guys, consider your life, be on purpose. Bye.